What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. I saw a very interesting comment, and to be honest, I think I never really, envisioned how something like this would be striking to me. But let's go ahead and look at the comment because, to be very honest, I think it's one that maybe we need to be seeing more of, or maybe more of the other situation, because I've seen it both ways. This audience member of mine, Rovigi, sold my Xbox, bought a PS5. Now I can play Call of Duty, Spider-Man, and other formerly Xbox exclusive games all on one console. Interesting. Huge thanks to Microsoft for making it easier for us gamers by making more games available across platforms. Now I can use PlayStation or even a $20 Fire Stick to access all Xbox games and services. I don't need two consoles to enjoy what I want. Microsoft is making things better for gamers, and a lot of my friends are switching to PlayStation next gen because of it. Well, this is interesting because this person seems like they're happy about the fact that they can get access to another console and use a Fire Stick or a less expensive device to be able to access Xbox, which is very interesting. It's led me to believe that perhaps we've been looking at this whole exclusivity thing with one missing piece. And that missing piece is probably that Xbox's exclusives are not necessarily its games. Guys, they all go to PC day one. They haven't necessarily been about the game since like 2016. I think Game Pass and the Xbox ecosystem is the, in quotes, unique selling proposition for Xbox, and you could almost term it as the exclusive in like a weird naming convention. I'm not saying like, it's exclusive because we know that Xbox wants that Game Pass on, everything that is a moving screen or living target or whatever it is. But what I mean by a unique selling proposition and a unique target is simply that you can get access to this ecosystem where there are games for you, and more than anything else, I'm sure you guys have probably maybe forgotten, it is in line with exactly what Phil Spencer says, which is
give you the choice on how you play your games and who you play with, and not try to do slimy platform things to force you to do what I want you to do. Give the players choice and what they want to do and who they play with. I
can't argue against this. The boss of Xbox has said it, that this is exactly what they want to do. They are doing it, and the customers who are benefiting from it are enjoying it. I think from a business perspective, this is a win. I don't know how else you want to say it. Some people might, say, well, this is PlayStation and, they got a PlayStation. Well, they had options. They could have gotten a PC to get the exact same thing, but they chose that they were going to go get a PlayStation. The gamer now has choice. They're able to get their PlayStation. They're able to play the games that they couldn't play before. They can also access the Xbox exclusives, which is fine. They chose that if they even want, they can get Game Pass as well, which they were already, they had access to on their Xbox, but don't have access to on their PlayStation. They can get it for less with the Fire Stick and a subscription, and then there it is that they go. I think one thing about, the business world is the ramifications of everything that you say is actually very serious. And Xbox, with this statement from Phil Spencer, seriously seemed like the console sales is just one piece of the whole puzzle. And as many people had taken the console sales to be this very important metric, Xbox truly couldn't be bothered whether you buy an Xbox console or you don't buy an Xbox console. It's just that crazy. I am shocked. Like, at first I've been talking about this, how Xbox is not really in need of the console sales. Many of you remember this. Many of you remember my many videos where I showed you guys the exact, numbers that I was thinking about in my mind, where Xbox was losing about $200 on each console sold. Remember, I went through that whole analysis with you guys. We looked at it. We looked at sales of software. We looked at sales of, the incoming revenue from subscription, and we talked about it. And, then you're using a cerebral, it's more of a cerebral approach. You divorce yourself of every emotion and you're like, all right, let's delve into the math, right? If Xbox loses $200 in every console that it's sold, right? What is the best way for them to make money? Sell software. Software is easier to sell. It reduces the barrier to sell software. Hardware, you got to make them buy this $200 box. You got to eat $200 loss, and then you got to wait for them to maybe go ahead and buy games and buy microtransactions and so on and so forth. But with software, it's too easy. With subscription, it seems even easier, right? So this person's Xbox library right now, they might be able to access over the cloud with a Game Pass subscription. So if there's a game on Xbox that they actually want to own, they can own that game and they can access it with the cloud. And Xbox is fine and comfortable where they are with their console sales, even though it's not as much as PlayStation, but their subscription seems to be where people feel that they have choice and they have option. This is a very important comment, very interesting comment at the end of the day. It shows that Xbox's ecosystem really does, is decoupled from the box itself. And as I was talking about the whole Blade thing and talking about, exactly what it is, I strongly believe that Blade can stay exclusive. I honestly do. I mean, they may not make it a cloud game. They may make it a cloud accessible game, like the way you can buy, a game with their new infrastructure coming with Android, where you can buy a game from their ecosystem and you can go ahead and, play the game over the cloud. Now, I would have preferred if this user bought a PC. Don't get me wrong. That's my personal, bias, not just a bias, but it's a better ecosystem if you want to get everything. And if you don't want to play, pay for a subscription fee, you pay for PlayStation Plus. I pay for PlayStation Plus, and this is my last year. I thought we would have more Division content that, would probably keep me playing further than this year, but I'm going to wait for the Division 3, and I think I'm going to play that game, just for the most part exclusively on PC. But I need to convince a lot of my clanmates to actually go PC on the Division 3. If they don't, then I'm screwed. Then I have to go back and get PS Plus again. Dang it. But it is what it is, right? So the choice is at the player's behest. And to be very honest, it's insane to think about it. Like, they're that comfortable. Like, they are that comfortable. They're like, yeah, go to PlayStation and buy it. We get 70%. Get Game Pass. We get full revenue on your subscription to Game Pass. Get the game on our ecosystem and play it via cloud. We get, full revenue on that as well if it's our game. That is a very confident ecosystem right now. That's a very healthy ecosystem that is not relegated to one specific thing. I think PlayStation finds this as a very interesting challenge for themselves. Because you know what's going to happen with that Xbox, right? Someone else is going to pick it up and it's going to fulfill exactly what it is that console was designed to fulfill, which is to sell games, make another 30% or whatnot. Very interesting. I never have seen anybody say that I sold my Xbox and I bought a PlayStation. I shouldn't say I haven't seen anybody. I've seen some people, talk about it, but I haven't seen anybody put it that way. Say, well, yeah, I went ahead and I sold my Xbox. I bought a PlayStation, but now I can get a Fire Stick, whatever device I want. My Xbox is pretty much, not tied to a box. And to me, it's a better proposition. It gives me choice. It gives me option. Interesting stuff. Talk to me in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hear your thoughts, and hopefully we can talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.